Ever have one of those days where you feel irritable, anxious, or just totally wiped out for no reason at all? Yeah, you're not alone. And the answer might be hiding in something you hear about all the time, but maybe don't fully understand: your blood sugar. So let's dive into how this one system in your body could be the key to changing how you feel every single day.
We've all been there, right? So hungry, you actually get angry. Hangry. It's a feeling so real we had to invent a word for it. But you know what? This isn't just some funny personality quirk. It is a massive signal from your body screaming that your blood sugar is way out of whack.
And it's not just about being hangry. We're also talking about things like anxiety, not being able to sleep well, that stubborn weight that just won't seem to go away, even things as serious as depression and chronic body pain. These aren't all separate problems. They can all be traced back to the same root cause, an imbalance in your blood sugar.
So what's really happening in there? How does a meal you ate a few hours ago turn into you snapping at your friend? Let's, pull back the curtain and actually get into the biology of it all.
First things first, let's look at how your body's energy system is supposed to work. Because honestly, it's an incredible system. When it's all running smoothly, you feel amazing, stable, energized, and clear-headed all day long.
At the very heart of this whole process is something called glucose. Just think of glucose as pure fuel for your body's engine. And here's the wild part. It doesn't matter if you eat carbs, protein, or fat. Your body is so smart, it breaks nearly all of it down into this one basic sugar for energy. It's like the universal currency for your cells.
But that glucose can't just wander into your cells whenever it wants. Nope, it needs a key. And that key is a hormone called insulin. Your pancreas makes insulin, and its whole job is to unlock the door to your cells, letting all that valuable glucose rush in to be used as energy.
So the healthy process is actually super simple. You eat, that food turns into glucose in your bloodstream. Your pancreas sends out just the right amount of insulin keys. Those keys unlock your cells, glucose goes in, and bam, you have energy. It's clean, balanced, and incredibly effective.
But what happens when we throw a wrench in that beautiful system? What happens when it gets overloaded? Well, this is where the problems start. This is the root cause of everything from feeling hangry to feeling anxious.
Let's look at them side by side. In a balanced system, your pancreas is just humming along. But in an imbalanced one, it's working overtime, constantly pumping out more and more insulin. Your bloodstream becomes a traffic jam of excess sugar. And here's the most crucial part. Your cells can only take in so much fuel. So what happens to the rest? It gets stored as fat, which leads to weight gain and inflammation.
And that inflammation, that is the real villain of this story. All that extra sugar floating around in your blood creates the state of chronic, low-grade inflammation all over your body. It's the hidden force behind the irritability, the pain, the bad sleep, and it's at the very foundation of most chronic diseases we face today. And this is not some rare niche problem. Look at this number, 50%. Let that sink in. According to the source material, about half of all adults in the United States have either high blood sugar or what's called insulin resistance. This is a massive, widespread health crisis.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty serious, I know. But here is the good news. You can absolutely take control. Knowledge is power, right? And there are two key numbers that can tell you exactly where you stand with all this.
The first number is your fasting blood sugar. It's a super simple test that just measures the glucose in your blood after you haven't eaten for a while, like overnight. Now, the standard lab reports might say a higher number is normal, but what you're really aiming for, the optimal zone, is down in the low 80s.
The second number, and this one is so important, is your hemoglobin A1C. What's great about this test is that it gives you an average of your blood sugar over the last 3 months. It's like a report card. It literally measures how much sugar is stuck to your red blood cells. And for this one, the optimal target is right around 5%.
So this chart kind of lays it all out. See that green zone? That's optimal. That's where you want to be. But once your A1C starts to creep past 5.4%, you're in the yellow zone, insulin resistant. That means your cells are starting to ignore the insulin key. And if your fasting glucose is hanging out in the 90s or low 100s, well, that's considered pre-diabetic, a huge warning sign.
So what can you actually do about this? Starting like today. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. The source suggests a really simple and powerful first step, a 5-day mission to become a detective of your own body. Okay, here's the plan. It's super simple. For just 5 days, grab any notebook or use an app and just write down everything you eat. But here's the most important part. Don't just log the food.
Log how you feel. After you eat, are you energized or do you want to take a nap? Are you irritable? Anxious? By the end of those 5 days, I promise you, you'll start to see clear patterns connecting what you put in your mouth to how you feel. This is your own personal health data.
So as we wrap this up, I really want to leave you with this one question. Your body is communicating with you all the time. That hunger, that anxiety, that fatigue, they are not random. They are signals. They are messages. So what are your symptoms trying to tell you about your blood sugar? The very first step is just to start listening.